Hello and welcome, friends. I hope you're ready to fight.
You know what? I was about to go full boomer again, and I'm not going to.
We'll come back to that.
Sweet.
But first, I'm going to crack my liquid death sparkling water.
Sure. We need a little sound effect.
We do need a sound
I don't know
effect for
what it would
every
be.
time I desperately try to get a sponsor.
Yeah. It can just be like one of those stereotypical DJ voices just going like, sponsor us.
Yeah, I like that. I want to circle back to the point where you said you were about to go full boomer, but you chose not to. You can't just say that and then not, unfortunately.
No, I was just going to complain about the heat.
Oh,
That's
okay,
really
fair
all it
enough.
was. I
Um,
can't.
yeah, it's been hot. It was hot in fucking New York City, I'll tell you that.
Which it's funny because it was actually like a high of 70 a couple days ago, which was like
It was
nice. But
lovely. But
that's
it didn't
factoring in
last
heat.
long,
Like, no, not a fan.
which is deeply unfortunate. But what have we been up to? How are we? Let's get a little vibe check going.
You know what? I do have a very boomer complaint.
Okay, hit me with it.
Yeah, maybe classify it as boomer. So a couple days ago, my car didn't start,
Oh no.
and I'm like, that sucks, right? So I called AAA. They test the battery, and they were like, oh yeah, it's 100% dead, no charge at all,
Mm-hmm.
and the battery health is at 6%.
Oh
Right? So
no.
basically, like, yeah, it's like at the end of its life. The thing is, I bought this battery from AAA less than 3 years ago, so it's still within the warranty period where I'm supposed to get a free replacement.
Nice.
However, the battery health isn't
You never
quite
like a
where
however in these situations.
I didn't get the exact percentage, but he showed me an example that was 3%. And he's like, see, this one turned red, which means I'm allowed to replace it for free. Yours was at 6%. I'm like, so either I buy a new battery for full price, like 200 some bucks right now, or I wait until it dies again and hope the battery health is low enough.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, not this guy's fault, of course. It's the policy and everything, but like that is freaking stupid. I'm gonna get stranded somewhere.
Stupid ass policy.
I'm gonna get stranded on principle because everybody was like, "Oh, you should just buy a new battery. You don't want to get stranded." I'm like, "No, no.
No,
This
no.
is about the principle of the thing. I shouldn't have to
Exactly.
spend like $250 on a battery that is still under warranty because it's the reason it's still under warranty is it's supposed to last longer than that. They
Mm-hmm.
gave me a shitty battery, and I am not buying a new one based on principle.
I fully stand behind you on this decision, bestie.
Yeah. So, and it makes me feel like a very like old curmudgeonly type, but
Is that a new shirt?
um, I've had it for a couple months.
I have not seen it before.
I have a lot of anime shirts you haven't seen before because I haven't worn a lot of them.
You do have a lot of it. You have a lot of anime shirts, period.
The collection does grow, yeah, but there are quite a few you haven't seen. So,
Well, that's something to look forward to. What else has been going on with you other than your car battery dying and not being replaced like it should be?
man, is it sad to say that that is the highlight of.
Oh no.
No, I'm kidding. I do things, just nothing really of note. Nothing that wouldn't
That
be part of the worsening anyway.
fair enough. I'm gonna spoil my own worsening a little bit once again. I saw Ghost again yesterday, and I got a T-shirt.
How
And
many
it
do you
was
have now?
hmm.
How
How many
many do you
ghost
have
shirts do
now?
I have? At least 20.
Nice.
But yeah, Kyle and I took a little trip down to the Big Apple and had an absolutely wonderful time, which I will be telling you more about during the worsening. But suffice it to say, everything went very well.
Did I ever tell you about the time when I was still teaching at University of Maine and I had a competition with a student um, to see? I would struggle with the way to phrase this. So he wore a lot of Doctor Who t-shirts to class.
Love it.
And at the time, my office was like right down the hall from my classroom. So I would just take a cup of coffee with me to class and I would bring a different mug every day. And I pointed out how many different Doctor Who shirts he had. He pointed out how many different mugs I had. So we decided to have a competition to see who would run out first.
And who did?
He did.
I'm impressed.
I have more mugs than he has of Doctor Who shirts. And I remember he broke his streak by wearing a t-shirt with Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Mm.
He did defeat, but that was the great mug to shirt war, as we have it.
I love that.
And think of how many mugs I've gotten since then.
Yeah, you have a lot of mugs.
I bought like 3 or 4 this year. So who knows?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Also, a minor tragedy. I am soon going to have to take off my wonderful pre-ghost focus. Show the little symbol, please. Hee hee. But my manicure is so grown out, I'm gonna have to take it off really soon, and I'm sad about it because I don't want to lose the design.
Yeah.
Oh, tragic. Maybe I should learn to paint designs myself, but I don't know if I have the dexterity for that. Seems like a lot, especially on my right hand. On my right hand, putting the design, I'd be. This thing is useless.
Yeah, let's call it my dumb hand.
As you should.
Okay. Things. I appreciate you. I was talking to my hand.
Okay. Sorry, I was so confused for a second there.
I was mean to it. I called it dumb, and then I said, "I'm sorry. I appreciate you," because it does. It's very helpful.
It is, but it also doesn't know how to hold it. It also doesn't know how to hold a spoon.
I mean, that's true, which is why, relatively speaking, it is the less useful of the hands.
If I had to lose a hand, I would go with the left hand. There's a question.
Obviously.
Which hand would you prefer to lose, your dominant hand or your non-dominant hand? I'm going to guess everybody would answer non-dominant hand.
Yeah, I can't imagine anybody who would choose the other way.
Can you think of a reason to lose your dominant hand? Because I sure can't.
Not that I want to say at this moment.
All right, noted.
Hey,
we're going to circle back to that after we're off the air. Hello, Nix.
I just noticed I didn't know she was back there.
But with that kind of pointless question out of the way, I say that as though any of the questions on this show have a point. What am I talking about?
They're real deep. Important.
Yeah, we're so deep. We're so philosophical.
Just a couple of days ago, I was talking about how we discussed who the sexiest Muppet was, and
these are hard-hitting questions that we ask here on the show.
That got a reaction.
From who?
A person that I know. I don't know why I'm being cryptic.
Yeah, why are you being cryptic about this?
I don't know.
Another thing we're gonna have to discuss off the air.
There is no reason for it. It's who you probably would assume it is.
Okay, yeah, we're still going to talk about this, but there was no reason to be cryptic.
Nope. I feel weird saying names of people on the podcast for some reason. I don't know why. Because, without their consent, I don't know.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Okay, but with that out of the way, let's move on to the very hard-hitting first question that I have written down. What is the plural of Jesus? And this was inspired by something that happened to me yesterday when I was at the Ghost concert, because there were 2 separate people there cosplaying Jesus. God damn it. Someday I won't do that. Anyway. Yeah, there were 2 separate people cosplaying Jesus, and when I was passing out some of the bracelets that I had made, I was giving out business cards with them, and somebody asked me that question because they had seen 2 people cosplaying Jesus, and they were like, "Oh, fighting with friends. Like, what do you guys do?" Like, "Oh, we do random debates, like stupid questions." She's like, "I've got one for you." So I now present that to you. Would it be Jesus's or Jesus-I? Or a secret third thing?
I mean, if you're gonna go the Latin route, it would be Jesus-I.
Jesus. Okay. I like that. Well, because isn't Jesus like the Latin? I know that like it's
Jeezy.
Jeezy boy. But no, I know that Jesus is like an anglicized or Latinized version of the name Yeshua.
Yeah.
Like the ancient Jewish name Yeshua. So what do we do? Like how does that information factor into your decision?
Well, so the masculine singular in Latin, the ends in us. So,
Okay.
right, like animus, for
Mhm.
example. And then when you pluralize it, the us changes to an I, which I said is Jesusi because that's the way that people tend to mispronounce it, but technically that should sound like Jeezy.
That's
Because
kind of fun.
the I sound is actually the AE diphthong.
Got it.
So like when we say alumni, it's actually supposed to be alumni. So it would be Jeezy.
Jeezy.
Every time
Well,
say
I
it.
mean, but let's factor in how people actually, because there's tons of words that, break the rules.
Yeah.
Let's factor in the way that people actually talk. Jeezy?
If you want to mispronounce Latin, sure.
I will happily mispronounce Latin. We've been over this.
Come on, this is my only chance to use that Latin, all those Latin classes I took. It doesn't really come up very often, but every once in a while I'm like, oh,
I can imagine it
I
doesn't.
learned things.
Um,
Thank you, Mrs. Doll.
yeah, I just also don't like the sound of Jesus's.
It's too many S's.
There's too much happening. I agree.
Would it kind of be like when you have words that end in S, instead of putting like an ES on the end, you just do the apostrophe?
Yeah.
And then when you do that, you just
Would
would
that
say
not be if you were referring to to a possession that is owned by two people cosplaying Jesus?
Well, no. So sometimes
it belongs to the Jesus.
Sometimes instead of just adding an S on something that already has an S, they do an apostrophe that indicates, hey, there's an S here that we've left out, but it's supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
In the same way, apostrophe can mean possession or contractions.
Mm-hmm.
They mean a lot of things. So there is that. It could be one of those words that's both singular and plural, like dear.
Could be.
One Jesus, two Jesus.
Although that kind of renders our whole discussion moot, doesn't it?
It does. But it's an option.
It is an option. Yeah. Don't like the sound of Jesus's. If we're going to be mispronouncing things, I like Jesusi. Jeezy sounds like his rapper name.
It does. I love it. I love it.
We have figured out Jesus's rapper name.
Although I'd probably change it to like Jezzy. It's kind of like got a nice feel to it.
All right. Anything more to say on that? Or not really?
I mean, I think those are the options if we're following like rules of language, but we could have fun with it where it's like maybe we just hold the second S longer. Jesus.
That's an option. Is that our secret third thing?
Sure.
So it's either Jesus, Jesusi, or Jesus. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to bring this one to a close. And I'm going to not loop the audio this time.
Yay.
Do not. Okay. So the next thing I have for us is something that Kyle sent me on TikTok, and I'm going to ask two versions of this question. The original question that I believe the podcast is called Scaredy Cats, that these two guys are talking about on this podcast is, if you could own a prop from any horror movie, what would you choose and why? And then I'll ask the alternate version of the question once we wrap that up.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you got for me, bestie? Because I can think of a couple things.
I mean, I think somewhat obviously the first movie my mind goes to is Reanimator.
Of course.
With that glow stick juice. But I think having the cube from Hellraiser.
I was just going to say the cube from Hellraiser. Sorry, this is so tangential. Did you know they're making a Hellraiser, like a new Hellraiser video game that's like puzzle and survival horror, and the guy
Ooh.
and the original Pinhead is coming back to voice Pinhead in the game.
Ooh, fun.
I
I like
saw I
that.
saw a teaser for it. It looks really fucking cool. So maybe that's something we'll explore on the stream after that game comes out, but that it remains to be seen.
Yeah.
Anyway, the cube from Hellraiser.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be really cool. Or the prop from the end of the movie with the guy.
That's a little large. I mean, I'm sure that technically does count as a prop, but that's pretty big.
It would be cool.
It would be cool.
I don't want to go into detail.
You know what I think counts as a prop? I don't know if this is like my first choice, but you know what I think does count as a prop that could technically be an option for somebody? Chucky himself.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely
the
counts
doll.
as a prop.
Yeah.
I think I would like to choose the chainsaw from Evil Dead.
That could be cool.
The fucking like prosthetic hand chainsaw that Ash wields would be very awesome.
Oh man, I know I had one like right before we started, and I was like, oh, that'd be great, and then I completely forgot what it was.
It happens to the best of us, but I do love your answer of the reanimator syringe and vial. That is absolutely excellent. I agree. Give me the glow stick juice.
I keep thinking of ones that are kind of too big, but like Tarman from Return of the Living Dead.
That would be sick to have that on like a mannequin.
Yeah.
Oh, what about the half zombie from Return of the Living Dead?
Mm-hmm.
The one that talks.
Oh, yeah, there'd be lots of good ones from that.
There's a lot of really good ones out there.
Oh, Reanimator. I want the Rufus. The prop Rufus.
Or you could have Dr. Hill's head.
Yeah.
Or the dummy head that he uses for his disguise. There's so many great options just from Reanimator.
Yeah. Oh man, that's gonna bother me. I was like, oh, that would be a really cool thing to have, and then I completely forgot what it even was. But I actually did watch the video, and the guy who said he wanted the slaughtered lamb sign from American Werewolf in London.
Excellent choice.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, actually,
yeah, that would be
fun fact about the naming conventions for British pubs. They're often called things like, you know, the King's Herald or like the Rose and Crown, because a lot of them were named in times before literacy was particularly widespread. So the sign would just be like the Rose and Crown.
Pictures,
and people would know that that's where you went.
Mm-hmm. And the slaughtered lamb would be memorable.
Indeed it would be. But there's a fun little fact for you.
I've been collecting these tiny werewolves from American Werewolf in London.
I like it.
I brought them up on the pod before, I think, but Five Below has these like little capsules that are supposed to be blind capsules, but you can sort of see into them a little bit. And so I've been specifically trying to find all the werewolves every time they restock. I have 3 of them now.
Nice.
I don't know why I'm doing it, but I have a werewolf army growing.
This doesn't. I don't think this counts as a horror movie, so I'm gonna save it for when we kind of amend the question a little bit. I guess we can. 1, if we come up with any more horror movie props, feel free to bring them up. But 2, just what's a prop from any movie that you want to own? Like, remove horror, the caveat that it has to be a horror film.
Any Muppet that I could get my hands on.
A Muppet would be sick.
Especially if we're talking like Labyrinth. Sir Didymus from Labyrinth.
That is an excellent choice. Yes, of course. The gloves from Edward Scissorhands would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. See that?
I'm looking at my poster of movies for some inspiration. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you got a lot of cool things. You could pick all the swords, the ring, people's armor.
Can I have the coconuts from Holy Grail?
That'd be kind of fun. That's unique. I like that.
Well, it is like my favorite movie, so course I was gonna,
Excellent choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else from my favorites would I want to own?
Anything from What We Do in the Shadows?
Anything from What We Do in the Shadows would be pretty awesome. The the jade ring from Twin Peaks.
Mm.
If we're confining it to movies, specifically Fire Walk with Me,
Yeah.
that would be an awesome prop to own. I would absolutely love that.
I would like some of the like wall art and stuff from What We Do in the Shadows. I think that would be super cool.
That would be kind of fun. I like that. And yeah, let's open it up to TV shows too. Any like filmed, anything that has been filmed,
Anything that has been filmed.
which broadens it a lot. But like anything from the X-Files, like the OG I Want to Believe post, like one of the posters that they actually had on screen would be freaking amazing.
Just pile of pencils that he used to throw in the ceiling.
I like it.
Oh, actually, their badges would be cool.
Badges would be super. I do have a replica Scully badge.
Nice.
But the ones that they used on screen would be amazing.
Yeah.
The body of the Gray from the X-Files.
Yeah. I was thinking about Gremlins. Like the little gizmo prop.
Yes! That would be adorable. Fun fact, I have never watched that movie as an adult. It scared the shit out of me as a child, and I'm sure I would love it now. I just haven't gotten around to it.
I feel like we've seen this question. Wow, we've had this discussion before. Have you seen the second one?
No, I have not.
We're watching that on VHS. I don't have the first one on VHS. I don't have the first one on VHS.
I'm so sorry. We'll have to make do with renting it or watching it on DVD or something. My deepest condolences.
It's not the same, but
but
yeah, I haven't laid eyes on my VCR in a decade or so. I'm assuming it still works.
I have a backup VCR if it doesn't.
I don't even know where it is. It's in a box somewhere in the basement, but
this is what happens when you put two massive media nerds in the same room. You wind up with a backup VCR.
Well, I also one of my coworkers has one in our lab on campus that I would borrow if need be too.
Oh yeah, okay, that would also work.
Which he didn't even remember it was his. He's like, "Where did that VCR come from again?" I was like, "That's yours, dude. You brought it here."
Yeah, that tracks. That definitely tracks.
Yep. Man, it's gonna drive me nuts. I was trying to go through like a lot of the horror movies that we've talked about like on stream and stuff because I feel like I've seen more horror since we started doing like spooky
Halloween
season
months.
streams. Yeah. So I feel like it was something from one of those, but that could be a lot of things.
That could be a lot of things.
A hobgoblin. A hobgoblin.
God, that movie sucks so bad.
I remembered what it was. I want Robert the Tire from Rubber.
That is amazing. I absolutely love that.
That's what it was.
Rubber was such a good movie. That was so fun.
I tell people about that movie like every chance I get.
As you should. That is an indie gem, in my humble opinion.
It actually just most recently came up like a couple weeks ago. Because I don't remember why like horror movies came up, and I was like, oh yeah, some of my favorites. Rubber, serial killer tire, Slaughterhouse, which that was a great conversation because they're like, how does it? I'm like, it's exactly what you think it is. It's a sloth very slowly killing people.
Love it.
Brought up Velocipaster, you know.
I have never sat down and watched Velocipaster.
I've seen enough of it.
Maybe we'll talk about it on stream someday. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh, I would love to do just a month of just like really ridiculous. Because I have like a whole like slew of them, like Frankenhooker and stuff like that are like saved
I
up.
have watched Frankenhooker.
Yeah.
It is a B movie, I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah, no, I have a ton of those kinds like saved up that I've never gotten around to watching.
maybe we'll make a theme month out of it. We'll see.
Yeah, we can do it as like a September lead up to spooky season.
Ooh, that could be super fun. I do like that idea. I'm also just like I'm looking around my office for further inspiration because I have so many like just random like movie posters and various little trinkets that remind me of other things.
Yeah, I think for the most part, when I think about this, my mind goes to creatures.
Kyle had a fantastic answer, which I was just reminded of because he technically has a little replica of one of these. He wants the OG chest burster from Alien, or not the chest burster, the face hugger.
Facehugger, yeah.
The OG face. Although the chest burster would be fucking awesome too. The tiny xenomorph.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be, or one of the
Cool.
eggs.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
it's
yeah,
all
I have
opened up.
my xenomorph egg salt and pepper shakers in the kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the xenomorph eggs would be very cool.
Oh, actually, I don't know if you've ever seen this because it hangs on the back of my basement door, but I have an apron that if you put it out, it looks like there's a chest burster coming out of you.
I have not seen that. That's delightful.
Yeah, it's because it hangs on the back of the basement door, which is always open for the cats. So, and, yeah, it's back there.
I guess I just haven't paid enough attention.
Yeah, it's not super visible. I've a few fun aprons.
Let me think. Marcel. I have a little tiny. I have my little tiny Marcel replica, but to have
a little die cast, yeah,
real Marcel from Marcel the Shell with Shoes On would be incredible.
See, that's the thing. Our little die cast Marcels are like such higher quality.
Yeah, they're higher quality than the real thing.
Because it's literally just a shell that they hot glued, like little shoes and a big googly eye on.
Yeah, yeah. Which, like, doesn't that just go to show you can make a movie out of anything if you really try?
Yeah. Well, and that's the sort of interesting thing, too, is that I think a lot of the times when you actually see film props in person, they're terribly, like, put together. Like, they are not good quality.
There's a whole subreddit. I think it's called r/that's a book light, and it's just, like... things in movies that are like oh, it's a futuristic communicator, but it's actually just like pieces of like an old rotary phone or whatever.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a fun little subreddit to browse.
The Star Trek original series set tour, which unfortunately the original sets, none of them exist anymore because they were trashed like immediately. But this guy who's a huge fan bought this big warehouse and painstakingly replicated every piece of set from the original series and got as many original props and things as he could to put in there.
That's dedication. You love to see it.
But you get to kind of see like when you see the things up close, you're like, oh my god. You really could get away with a lot in the 60s.
You really could. And it shows on the show sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
Looking at you, dog in a costume.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have anything else to say about this, or would we like to move on?
There probably would be if I thought about it in advance, but... Well, I thought about horror in advance. I didn't think about movies in general in advance.
Yeah, I did think a little more about horror specifically. Yes, the typewriter from Misery, that'd be cool. Ooh. I love that movie.
That would be cool. Yeah. I feel like there's got to be something from Cabin in the Woods because I love that movie so much, and yet I don't know what it would be.
The coffee cup bong thing from Cabin in the Woods.
So true. I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about like the actual like horror parts of it. That is so true.
No, that would be, and it's functional.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to use it though. I would, want to keep it nice and.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'd just like put it in a case somewhere.
All right. I'd say we've gone over this one thoroughly enough.
Yeah, I feel like that's true. Yeah.
Do the 3 bells, please.
Ding, ding, ding.
What is going on?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay, cool.
I just did it. I pushed the button. me.
for reasons unknown. Anyway, all right. The final thing that I have for us tonight is something that I found in a Reddit comment, which I'm going to link when this goes up officially. That'll be linked in the description. But the question is, would you rather be able to eat anything you want and have it be like perfectly nutritionally complete, or only need 1 hour of sleep per day to fully function? Discuss.
I have to go with the food one.
Okay. I was going to say sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, as much as I hate figuring out what to feed this fucking flesh prison all the time,
Yeah.
do you know how much I could get done if I only needed 1 hour of sleep per day and I felt, like, totally, completely rested? Oh my god, I would be unstoppable.
So here's the thing. When people say the thing like, oh, there aren't enough hours in the day, my response is always, could you stand more? Because, like, I feel like we need that time to just not exist.
Okay.
Like, it's not just about being well rested, it's about escaping the world for a time. And I feel like if you were on 23 out of 24 hours a day, that's too much.
I think I'd be okay because I just watch movies and shit.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I read through a few of the comments, like, on the post, and there were people saying things like, like, you know, all we would do is just watch more Netflix and scroll through social media. Like, do we really need that? People aren't going to use that time to, like, better themselves and learn things, and, you know,
I don't know. Maybe this is just me
and
maybe this is just me being like, oh, I'm built different or whatever. But I feel like, I don't know. I kind of feel like I would maybe do something vaguely productive with it just because of who I am as a person. Like, I'd do more crafty shit.
yeah, I mean, I feel like I would use that time to, like, learn more things, because I always want to learn all the things. I've always wanted to, like, take a class in basic car mechanics for funsies.
Sure, why not?
Like, coding. Like, I'd use it for stuff like that. Maybe have a second, like, nighttime job to make extra money, and then I can use that to, like, travel and stuff.
That would be very nice.
But I honestly think I just need more time away from the world than that. But with food, if you could literally eat just anything you wanted all of the time.
I mean, I do see the appeal 100%, but I also think if I had more time, like, it would be so much easier for me to feed myself, like, well.
I guess it depends on how much you enjoy cooking and that sort of thing. I absolutely hate it. I
dislike cooking.
I don't like it.
It's the cleanup that pisses me off. Like, when I actually like make something for real and I sit down to eat it, it's so satisfying. I'm like, yeah, I fucking did that.
Nope. That's why I have Soylent. So I can just drink a meal instead of having to worry about it. Sometimes it'll be 7 o'clock at night. I'm like, I'm hungry. Do I have food? Like, I absolutely hate, and trying to think about, like, what to feed myself is so annoying. I hate it.
I do struggle with, but again, I feel like having more time, like, I could, like, meal prep and shit.
I mean, I do that now, and I don't like it because you still have to figure out what to meal prep.
That's fair, but that's what the extra time is for, or some of it at least.
You're not going to, like, come up with more ideas. Like, if you can't figure out things with a few minutes here and there, you're not going to figure it out with an extra 7 hours in your day.
I don't know. I think having more time would help me eat better.
I mean,
maybe I'm wrong, but that's the whole point of the show.
I eat healthy stuff all the time. I just would rather not, because it's easier to not eat healthy stuff.
It really is. And isn't that the bitch of being alive?
Like, I devote time at the beginning of every week. I, like, prep a bunch of salads so that I can just kind of grab them out of the fridge. I cook a bunch of brown rice and steam a bunch of veggies and cook up fish. And And then I just eat that stuff all week long, and it's like, this is so lame. And that's mostly what I eat.
Okay, I can't say that I necessarily disagree with you. I think the need for less sleep would serve me better.
Yeah, no, I don't want to have to think about it. I want to be able to just like eat a thing, just like whatever happens to be around, without worrying about, is this good for me? Do I need to make sure I work in some vegetables? No, I just want to be able to like whatever makes my stomach stop yelling at me so I can get on with my life.
All right,
That's what I want.
fair enough.
So we did disagree.
The whole point of the show, we did it.
By the way, I keep forgetting to tell you that I have a whole bunch of questions
Do you now?
that I had planned, like compiled, might be the word I'm going for there. Uh, the day of the episode that never was.
Oh, fun. Okay, so those can definitely be useful because we have some planning to do after we wrap up tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get to that off the air.
Yeah.
Do we think we would like to begin the worsening?
I mean, we can. Do we have 20 minutes of worsening?
I think so. Let the meditation commence.
Okay.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
Listen, cue ball, you're only making it worse.
Thanks, that even makes it worse.
It's worse than you know.
It usually is.
I think that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
That's the worst goodbye I've ever heard. And you stole it from a movie.
How marvelous.
What do you got for me, Bessie? How are you worse this week?
You know, it just continues in the same kind of areas. The anime is
What did you start?
well, I mean, so I was caught up on Dan to Dan,
Which I have yet to begin, but I will, I promise.
And so I was like, oh, I haven't seen the second season of Solo Leveling, so I watched that. And then I watched Kaiju number 8 because that was kind of like a big one that had come out semi-recently. And they were all real short. And so I started it.
You didn't.
I did.
You started fucking Naruto?
I don't want to admit how far into it I am.
Well, now you have to.
I may be at the end of season 3.
Stop. How many episodes is that? How many have you watched in how short of a time period?
I mean, it's like roughly 26 episodes a season.
Bestie. Bestie.
But it's just like I talked about last week. It's that and the knitting that are feeding each other. Because I started knitting another lace shawl.
Did you even finish one of them?
I did, actually.
Okay, that's something.
I started this one for my mom specifically. It's like this 100% silk, so lovely. But I'm trying to like hurry up and finish it before the next time I see her, which is like a week away. So
we're just there.
Yes. Yes, I was.
Sounds like there's a story there. Would you care to tell it, or is that an off-the-air story?
No, it's... I made a not entirely serious comment that was taken seriously, and now has led to me being there.
Gotcha.
So, as I was leaving when I was there a couple weeks ago, I said that I was bummed that I wasn't able to be there on a Friday, because I wanted to go to what is around there referred to as the Rogers Sale, which is basically just a giant flea market.
Ah, I've heard tell of this.
Yes, I have sent you pictures, I believe, of, like, for example, the person who was selling a full jar of very old human hair for $10. Like,
sure, why not?
A lot of people selling just like random knives and animals that I'm pretty sure aren't legal to sell. It's a wild place.
Okay.
And so I had made this offhand comment that I was like, but it's only open on Fridays. So I was like, I'm bummed I couldn't be here on a Friday, because of schedule or whatever. I was like, man, I'll have to just come back at some point for the end of the summer. And my mom was like, oh, I can get, August 1st off. Oh.
Okay.
So now I'm going. So now
Noted.
I'm going specifically to go to this sale, sometimes facetiously referred to as Rogers Mall.
Noted.
In Rogers, Ohio. So how did I get to that? Oh, that I'm going back there trying to finish the shawl.
Yes. And how is the finishing of the shawl going?
I mean, it's going to be pretty massive. My hands are hurting, but I'm going as quickly as I can. But that's why I've been working on that so much. So I just have something going in the background at all times. So it's pretty easy for it to just kind of keep going as I'm knitting and kind of blow through the episodes. I'm a little confused.
Explain. I can't help. I haven't seen it.
Well, no, people always talk about like Naruto running. And unless I've missed it, I have never seen a character run that way in that show.
Interesting.
I've seen it in plenty of other anime series. Like a lot. But they always seem to have their arms, like they're, pumping their arms when they run.
Fascinating.
I mean, I think they hold them behind them like that, like when they're jumping through the trees and stuff, but not running. So
maybe that's where it
again,
came
unless
from.
I missed it, because I am looking at my my knitting, but I've seen plenty of other anime series where they run with their arms behind them like that. But yeah, I figure at this point I gotta watch the big three.
The big three being Naruto,
Dragon Ball Z, and Bleach.
Good luck.
They are referred to as the big three. I've learned recently, because they were like the first popular like shonen manga series, anime series that like kicked it off.
All right.
But I'm also incredibly annoyed, and I think this is like a thing of the times, because Naruto came out in 2006, I think it was. They mispronounce so many Japanese names and words, and it drives me insane. It's like when what I think now is an old dub of Akira, where you said they pronounce it as Akira.
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't see that version of it. But like there's a main character whose name should be pronounced as Kakashi, but they call him Kakashi. And like the word kunoichi, which is female ninja, more than one person has pronounced it as kunoichi. I just can't.
Girl, what?
Yeah. So I can't, or like there's a character who should be Hinata, but they pronounce it as Hinata. So it's
strange.
It's driving me crazy, but I think in modern day they tend to be better about it because you can more easily Google things and like access.
The information is much more accessible.
Yeah. So it's driving me crazy, but there's 8 seasons of it, so I'm making good progress.
You are making good progress. I am genuinely impressed and a little bit scared for you.
Yeah, I don't know if I can handle Dragon Ball or Bleach, but
those are a commitment.
I tried to watch Dragon Ball once. I got like 5 minutes into an episode and I was like, no, I can't.
Fair enough. Yeah, Dragon Ball is for 8-year-old boys.
Yeah, no. I thought maybe I would work my way up to it, because if I had tried to make myself watch Naruto like 2 years ago, I don't think I could have done it.
Okay.
But I think at this point I've watched so much anime that it's like I'm going to start cataloging anime tropes. I feel like nearly every single anime series does the thing where a character talks about another character who isn't there, and then the second character sneezes. That's in like every series, I swear.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so I'd say that's primarily it. Anime and knitting.
Anime and knitting? I like it. Well, As I said at the beginning of the episode, I saw Ghost for the third time, but this was particularly special because it was at Madison Square Garden in New York City, where up until yesterday, I had never been. So that was super cool. We had an absolute blast. I broke out my young Nil, Papa Nil cosplay, which went over very well with some of the people there. I got more bracelets from guesties, including one specific. Oop, geez, I'm throwing things. Including one specific to my cosplay that somebody gave me. I was very happy about that.
Nice.
And I got a new shirt. I picked up at the merch stand. I picked up this copy of the Rolling Stone UK release with Ghost on the cover, which is only like you could only get it because at the merch stand because it's the UK version of Rolling Stone magazine. I got a patch set because, and this is another way that I'm planning to make an all Ghost battle vest at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the start of that. So, currently worse and will be worse. What else did I get? I bought this festival wristband that I'm going to add to my current battle jacket. I have plans for as I go to like festivals and more concerts and stuff to get like to take all the wristbands and like sew them up the arm of the jacket. So I'm going to do that, which is fun. And what else? Oh, I can't believe we didn't. I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the episode. Ozzy Osbourne fucking died.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts, bro. Rip to a real one.
Yeah, I really can't believe nobody picked him in the death pool.
I feel like that came up when we were talking about the death pool 2 years ago.
Yeah, we
Because, like,
definitely
again,
talked about
not
it.
to like wish death on the man, but he was not doing great. And
No, yeah, but I mean that would have been such a smart pick, and none of us picked him. That's wild.
Yeah, it really kind of would have been smart.
But also, rest in peace.
Yeah, rip to a real one. I completely lost my train of thought.
You were talking about wristbands, sleeve. I think that was the last thing you were talking about.
Oh, another way that I'm worse. I started watching The Righteous Gemstones.
Okay.
That show is funny as fuck.
Heard good
like,
things.
Absolutely, like, genuinely laugh out loud funny. And also Walton Goggins is in it, which is great.
Yeah.
Love my dude. Great. So that's the way that I'm worse. I have started another show, and I've been getting real into Metro. I'm replaying that game, and I'm really feeling it. I'm probably and I think I'm planning to actually finish this playthrough of Metro, replay Last Light again, and then actually play Metro Exodus because I've had that game sitting in my Steam library forever.
I have all of those as well. Never played any of them.
I highly recommend. But yeah, those are the main ways I'm worse. Ghost, starting new shows, and video games.
I haven't had as much time to play video games lately.
I've caught you playing Skyrim once or twice.
I think that would be about it. Once or twice.
That's fair.
I haven't touched it in a few days, actually. It's making me sad.
How do you even still have stuff left to do in Skyrim?
Oh, there's so much to do.
I mean, yeah, it's a huge ass game, but you've played a lot of Skyrim.
Mm-hmm. I might either have or I'm close to surpassing your total playtime.
That is extremely impressive, and I will be looking at my Steam stats as soon as I log off.
Yeah, no, there's still so much to do on there.
It is a beefy game.
Yeah. I keep finding more and more stuff. I'm a werewolf now. That's cool.
Love it. I cured my lycanthropy. Lycanthropy? Lycanthropy. I cured my lycanthropy.
You didn't become a member of the circle, like intentionally?
No, I did not.
And avenge what's-his-face?
I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't remember his name either, but no.
Yeah, no. I avenged him. So now I'm in charge of the companions.
Nice.
I'm in charge of, like, everything now.
That
You know.
usually happens when you play enough Skyrim. You're like the head of the College of Winterhold, the head of the Greybeards, the head of the Companions. You can become the head of the Thieves Guild.
I am the head of Thieves Guild, yep.
I don't think I really did the Thieves Guild quest lines.
Yep, nope. I'm head of the Thieves Guild. I forget what all else. They're always just like, how about you just take over? And I'm like, okay, cool. Right,
Another thing to add to my list.
I've got I don't know how many houses now, because again, I have the DLC.
I don't have Hearthstone. I need to download that.
Yeah, because I built all my houses, and then I bought every house that I could possibly buy.
As you should.
So yeah, I'm in charge of everything. I own everything. But there's still more stuff to do because stuff keeps popping up, and I'm like, wait, what is this cult? Let me go hunt these people down.
There you go.
Yep.
I think that might be it for me for tonight.
All right.
Do we have anything that we feel the need to announce? Anything coming up? Anything special?
No stream tomorrow.
No stream tomorrow because you will be where again?
In Buffalo, seeing Hot Water Music.
Hell yes, Brooks will be out at a concert, having a blast. So no stream tomorrow night.
I gotta say, it breaks my heart a little bit that they've been around for 30 years. They're
so you've said.
Legendary. And I was looking at pictures of the venue earlier today. I'm like, how is this venue not bigger?
Sometimes it'd be like that, unfortunately.
But still, I think I said this last week. I would love to go back in time to like me in high school and be like, you're going to be 39 years old someday. You're finally going to go see Hot Water Music. And just imagining, me at like 16, 17 years old being like, no way.
Nice. So that's going to be fun. I absolutely love that for you. No stream. Regrettable Reviews will be back on the air very soon. We were getting dates worked out for that. There's just been a million things going on. Regrettable Reviews will be back on the air and back on a regular schedule in the very near future. What else we got coming up?
We're normal next week.
Yeah, we're normal next week. It'll be stream and regular show like always. And hello, I just heard kitty noises.
Thanks.
We still have our deal going on with the Bull and Bee. You can go to thebullandbee.com and use code MONSTERMEAD at checkout for $5 off of your online mead order. We love the Bull and Bee. And I would love to do an event there again soon.
Yeah.
We should have it. We should talk about that at some point. All right. I think that's everything we've got coming up in the near future, though. So, as always, thank you for fighting with us, friends. We appreciate each and every single one of you, and we will be back again, not tomorrow, but next week for more fun. We'll see you then. Adios, everyone. This week's episode of the Fighting with Friends podcast was hosted by Bridget Kelly and Dr. Sarah Brooks. You can find other episodes of the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, or your other favorite listening platform. Catch us live on Twitch every Wednesday and Thursday. For ad-free live broadcasts of the show, you can subscribe to our Twitch channels or consider donating to our Patreon for ad-free access to our entire library of past episodes and streams, as well as fun bonus content. Fighting with Friends is a member of the Eclectic Cult Media Network. Check out the links in the description for more episodes from us and from all of the shows on the network. Thanks for listening!